Alright, everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Montagnard. Um, this will be turn 8 for the Japanese, which is January of 1940. I believe I have no housekeeping, so let's just get straight into it. Um, for the tech rolls, I'll once again be rolling for heavy armor and brute factories. Let's see what I can get. Miss on both, as always. Alright, for the buys, I'm buying one strat bomber, two artillery, two marines, and two militia for a total of 32, clearing the bank. For combat moves, we do only have two sets to declare. From Adam Tonkin, one infantry and one artillery is attacking north into Yunnan. They're going to be joined by three tactical bombers from I-12 that are flying 1, 2, 3 into Yunnan. And also, an airborne is boarding the air transport in Korea and flying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that airborne is taking part in that assault as well. Alright, the other attack I have to declare is against Quichao. One infantry from Hunan is attacking, and it's going to be supported by the fighters in the 18th Air from Korea. Uh, Everything else across the board is going to be non-combats, so we can go ahead and get into those attacks. Let's roll for Quichao first. I do have die set aside, taking a page from, I think a major foe is the one that's been pulling die out for every battle he's got to engage in, and it makes things much more smooth. So let's let's try that. Um, so for the attack into Quichao, we have no first strikes, one infantry at 1, 4 fighters at 6 versus 2 militia defending at 2. So for attack, infantry missed. That's 2 hits for the fighters though. So in return, KMT militia just do not want to miss. They do kill the infantry. Everything just dies. Except for the aircraft. That's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with that outcome. And then let's go on to Yunnan. So we have artillery at 2 for first strike on attack. That's a miss. Artillery at 3 for first strike on defense. That's of course a hit. God dang it, these KMT are just absolutely wrecking me. I'll take the hit on an infantry. Pressing for the rest of the first round. We've got an infantry at 2. He'll be boosted. Yeah, this is an infantry boosted by artillery, so it's at 2. That's a miss, and then 3 tactical bombers. That's 2 hits, both of them first strike. Doesn't matter, I only need 1. So the artillery is dead. Excellent. No hits on the remaining militia. So another militia is going to die from the tactical bomber as well. So those 2 are gone, and nothing else gets hit on attack. Alright, so we'll continue with an artillery and a boosted infantry, and 3 tactical bombers versus 3 militia. So these 2 die are at 2. Both of those missed. We did get 2 hits from the bombers though. So 2 more of these units will be dead. No hits in return. Pressing for the final round. Well, hopefully the final round. That's a hit. And that's a miss. Okay, so we only did lose 1 unit there. Thought that was going to go much worse after the first strike hit. Okay. And the hit was on. It doesn't really matter, but I have been rolling as if it was a boosted infantry, so the airborne must have died. Um, and then at the end of the combat phase, aircraft land. The tactical bombers from Yunnan have to land in Anam Tonkin. They have no other eligible landing zone. The transport plane from Yunnan is going to land in Hunan, and the fighters from the 18th Air are going to land in Hunan as well, which is, I believe, their only eligible landing zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Yeah. Alright, and then we can carry on to the rest of the non-combat moves. Okay, from Nanking, the 97th Army is attacking, or is just walking down into Hunan in its entirety, leaving nothing behind in Nanking. Um, 1 naval transport from Nanking is coming out into P14, picking up an infantry and an artillery from Rihi, and they are disembarking in Hunan, and the naval transport will go back in port in Nanking. The other 3 naval transports are going to do the exact same thing, but coming into P15 and picking up all of the units from Kyushu. That's 3 additional infantry and 2 additional cavalry. And they'll also be returning to port in Nanking, so they'll just stay where they are. Okay, the 2 Marines from Tokyo are boarding the 2 destroyers, and they're also taking a trip to Hunan. And those 2 destroyers will end in P32, and will not be going in port. From I-12, 1 destroyer, 1 battle cruiser, and 2 coastal subs are moving north 1 sea zone into P50. All of the carriers, that's 1 fleet carrier and 1 light carrier in I-12, are moving 1, 2, 3 into P32. And they'll be joined by all of the surface warships from P41. So they'll just join that task force here. Okay, and then the naval transport, which started in P41, is going to be doing a strategic naval move. 1, 2, 3. It's going to pick up the airborne from Tokyo, and then 4, 5 into P14, and then the airborne is going to disembark into Rihi, and the naval transport is going to hide in Nankingsport. And that covers everything. Alright, let's go ahead and place buys and collect income. There's nothing else to do. While I'm over here, I'll collect income. I've got 27. I have none for the wartime bonus, or for the peacetime bonus. I've used all 3 of my attack declarations, so I'm getting no oil from the United States. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 coastal territories. This isn't right. Yeah, I didn't declare that I had captured Yunnan yet, so my base income should be increased by 1 from what is there. Yeah, so I should be left with 32 in total, just like last turn. And then we'll place the buys. 1 artillery goes in Rihi. Uh, 1 militia each in Nanking and Beiping. And the rest of the units will just all go in Kyushu. That's 2 militia and an artillery and a strategic bomber. Yeah, whatever. That's good enough. Okay. And with that, I should be prepared to pass the board state off to tactical for the next British Commonwealth and French turn. Before we get into that, as always, I will go through a quick rundown of where all my units are for tactical on a physical board. Let's go south to north. Um, in P50, yeah, we have 1 battle cruiser, 1 destroyer, 3 submarines, and 2 coastal submarines. In Siam, we have 1 militia and 1 marine. In Annam Tonkin, we have 3 tactical bombers. In P32, we have 1 fleet carrier, 1 light carrier, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, 3 torpedo boat destroyers, and 2 destroyers. In Okinawa, we have a seaplane. In Yunnan, we have 9 infantry, 6 militia or 6 marines, 1 airborne, 1 mountain brigade, 4 cavalry, 5 artillery, and 1 transport plane and 4 fighters. Yeah, okay, there we go. Nanking just has 1 militia, 2 battleships in port, and 5 naval transports in port. Um, P14 has 1 destroyer, 3 heavy cruisers, and 1 light cruiser. Kyushu has a strategic bomber, 2 marines, and an artillery. Beiping has 1 militia. Rihi has 1 artillery, 1 airborne, and 1 motor infantry. And then all of the general remaining islands with militia. So that'd be the Kuril Islands, Volcano, Bonin, Marshall, Caroline, and Palau. Alright, with that, I should be able to pass everything off to Tactical, and best of luck on your next rolls.